It's an absolute fucking joke. The ambulance service that I didn't ring rang me whilst I was making my last live stream. Yes, I am suicidal. So someone watching me must have reported me to the police and the ambulance service. Well, would it fuck them to hell? Fuck them all to hell. If you listen to my hours of what I'm saying, you'll know they have driven me to suicide. They have done this to me. They have done this to me. What did I say about PC Soph at the Cavendish Hotel 2 nights ago? She was the one I was just telling you about who beat me on Beachy Head during a welfare check. Darren didn't do anything. Darren's still abusing me. Lying, abusing me. He's still going on. No one gives a fuck. I'll play the voice message. I'll play it. Repetition for emphasis. I'm going to pass out anyway from exhaustion. But as I said, PC Soph, PC Broadway, and PC Austin beat me on Beachy Head during a welfare check on Wednesday, the 21st of October 2020. I had my police reports terminated when I reported a guest in a hotel threatening me in front of the manageress. This is a hotel, the Citrus Hotel, that I funded with £2,000 of back severe disability to keep myself away from Elms Avenue, where my life was in danger, just like Belmore Road. The local MP told me and Juliet they get complaints like this all the time. Dangerous criminals. I have got overwhelming evidence against Eastbourne Borough Council. I am going to get dementia. I'm going to end up like my mother, who lost her memory in a moment of stress. If I'm not careful, anything could happen at any minute from this overwhelming stress. I cannot take any more. A welfare check. I reported Cramp and Mullany to Karen at the Legal Ombudsman. I have fought and I have fought and I have fought. They wanted me to plead guilty to their beating of me because criminals have it easy in the UK. They wanted me to plead guilty so that I could get, quote, a probation officer to help me with housing. What? If I plead guilty to their crimes against me, their corruption, these are the Freemasons. This is what they do. They are Satanists. Fuck you to hell. Fuck you. I will die an honest person. Fuck you all to hell. You're all going to hell and you know it. I have been whistleblowing the crimes and the corruption because I'm doing what no fucker in this country has the guts to do. You've pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, knowing that I, Bryony, the living woman and not the legal fiction, Bryony of the family McCarthy, the living woman and not the legal fiction, have spent my whole life being honest. But my first quote unquote criminal offence is pleading guilty to what the police did to me and what they've done many times during so-called welfare checks. When they do nothing about the crimes, because that's Agenda 2030, that's part of the plan. We just allow children to knife each other to death. Brilliant. The idiot who I recorded, the A&A contractor who gave me a key to the property, who called me an effing spastic. That's a hate crime I recorded. He had told me upon giving me the key that he and his colleague had walked in on dead bodies in their male property. They pack them with criminals. I've got evidence of the council meeting minutes. The president of the EHA from these hotels, these Eastbourne hotels, was at the meetings. They know what's going on. So yes, so during a welfare check on Beachy Head, they beat me, stripped me naked, human trafficked me, forced me illegally into taking a PCR test, or they wouldn't let me out of my room, which is a hangable offence under Nuremberg treaties, just like the forcible injection by Shani from the crisis team over my possessions with the police. And then there was also slandering me in the paper, because stripping me naked, beating me, taking my clothes, which they still have, by the way. I mean, I didn't mind. They can keep my clothes over the attempted rape. I said keep them back in 2010. But my nice canvas trousers that they ruined up on Beachy Head during a welfare check, I want those clothes back. I want them as part of my evidence as well. But PC Soph, since then, a few weeks ago, Darren was arrested for assaulting me over the keys to Eben's flat. And last night was very stressful when Eben walked in and she didn't expect me to be there because Darren had not been honest about it. Or not completely honest. And she said that I was only meant to be there for a few days in August. I've been there for a few months, squatting for my safety. It's interesting that she's a solicitor to do with properties. Well, anyway, I shouldn't really be saying that because that's private information, but I had the call handlers hanging up on me then, messing me around with the domestic abuse helpline. I was put through 24 hours of non-stop torture at A&E a few weeks ago when I was taken down from Beachy Head, soaked to the skin in the rain. And I couldn't tell Eben that I attempted suicide on her bed. The woman doesn't know me. She's walked into her flat and found a stranger in there. And how can I tell her? I had to tell her about Darren assaulting me over the keys. But then I was, as I said in the last live stream, why get the ambulance service to ring me when I've just told you many, many times that I was told that if I left the hospital, they'd get the police to bring me back. And at the same time, they were bullying me out of there with security who have assaulted and injured me before. This is a hospital my mother had been dying in, by the way. They don't care. They don't care. So they take me down from Beachy Head, soaked to the skin from the rain, suicidal, because I really thought at that moment, I'm going to die. I'm going to jump off those cliffs. I might die of hypothermia because I only had a t-shirt and slippers on and I was slopping through the rain. I didn't care. I was down there for 24 hours at A&E. They were bullying me. I just asked to have some ibuprofen for my head. I've got a headache now, actually. I'm feeling suicidal now. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you to hell. Eastbourne DGH and Eastbourne Police. Fuck you to fucking hellfire. That's a hospital my mother had been dying of cancer in. I said that I didn't want to see Shani from the crisis team because she illegally, forcibly injected me. You need a wet ink signature. They're doing this to good, decent people. I was very polite down at A&E. They brought out Shani from the crisis team, and I said very politely, I do not want to see Shani. Thank you very much. And I smiled. But I said, she illegally, forcibly injected me. I might not have given the reason why. I just said, I do not want to see this woman. Thank you very much. She said, no, that's fine. But then the following night, they brought her out. I was 24 hours waiting in A&E to be seen. They want to privatise the NHS, these Satanists. It's run by occultists. So when they finally brought two people out, Alison and Becca, whatever her name was, I said, you need to hear this. I've got something to say. And they said to me very rudely, no, we don't need to hear this. This was a few weeks ago. I said, no, you do. They were so rude and obnoxious. All the torture they've put me through. I didn't even want to be there. I said, look, I'm going. I don't want to talk to you. So do you know what they said? They said, she's been aggressive. They did a Darren Stewart Webb. She's been aggressive. That's what I mean. They're demented. They've got a sickness in here. For anyone out there who doesn't know anything about anything at all, no offense, but there are people who can't help not knowing things. Just look up narcissism. I've had narcissistic mental abuse all my life, and I've had it with my sisters. My father, it passed from my father to it's a generational curse. But the worst people, the worst sociopaths and narcissists are the ones who use the Bible to do the worst evil, to just manipulate and abuse vulnerable people. And I've seen it all. There isn't anything I haven't seen. And what they're doing to these whistleblowers, call a spade a spade. Anyway, just to keep this short, this was the voice message I got. So that was while I was making the last live stream.
Message and 38 saved messages. New messages. Hello, it's a call back from the South East Coast Ambulance Service. We are still trying to get an ambulance out to you. If anything changes or anything worse before we come out, then please call us straight back. 99. Thank you. Bye. This message from 03001235551 was left at 9:05 p.m. on Wednesday, the 2nd of November.
So they've called out an ambulance for me. Why?
To replay the message,
Why?
the message has been saved. Saved messages.
Hello, this is the ambulance service. We have this number regarding Miss McCarthy. We have calculated an address given to us by the police. They have an eye to locate you. If you do require ambulance assistance, you call us straight back on 999.
This message from 0300123.
That's the number that rang me while I was
The
making.
next message is 2 minutes long.
Well, the number that rang me while I was making the live stream, someone reported it. Seriously, as I said, fuck off to hell. Everything I've just explained, it says it all. I've heard it all before. And then they'll just say, we're going round in circles, terminate the call. We're going round in circles, terminate the call. Fuck you to hell. Fuck you. They're doing this to decent people. I'm a victim of the deep state corruption. And there's nothing to do except speak out about it. So they're going to try and find other ways to manipulate, to gaslight and send me further into, no, fuck you to fucking hell. That's it now. The truth is out. But I'd like to go onto the street and speak out properly. But I'm so ill, right? I'm so ill. I'm so drained from it all. I can't. I just want to go and jump off the cliffs. I just literally want to. That's it. Do you know what? Do you know what the ambulance did? They took me down to the urgent care lounge, but they allowed me to be attacked by all these criminals. I've got a recording of adult social care offering me a 1-bedroom flat. What the fuck happened to that? I was attacked again. YouTube. Fuck you to hell.